Hey, what's up, guys? And thanks for joining me. This week, we're going to take a look at some overlanding gear, and you can probably already guess we're going to talk about rooftop tents. Everyone's familiar with the traditional rooftop tent. They weigh about 165 pounds. They've got lots of zippers all the way around, and they stand about 13 inches above your roof rack. There's a ton of different companies that make them. There's a bunch of different accessories you can get for them. And they come in pretty much every configuration you can possibly imagine. But if you do stuff like this, or this, and especially this, well then, having weight on your roof is going to become an issue at some point or another. So what I did is I found the best possible hard shell tent that wasn't ridiculously priced that I could find. And what I ended up with was a Roofnest. Now, these guys cut me a deal on this and they shipped it, and I had this thing from Colorado to my door in 3 days, which was pretty amazing. This is a Roofnest Sparrow. You can also get the Sparrow X that has the bars on top, so you can put a solar panel or put a bike rack or something to that effect. But the reason I like this is because it spreads the weight out evenly above the top of the vehicle, and it has a very low profile. So there's that. So let's take a look inside it. And don't mind those welds, I was just starting out. So shut up. Check out the inside. Okay, to open it up is pretty straightforward. There's two fasteners, one here, same thing in the front. You release them and it pops right up. I don't have any video of it popping up, but I can show you this in reverse. So check this out. You gotta love technology. Watch this. Undo those two, and look at that. It goes right up. It actually rises up on its own rather nicely, but I'm showing you this in reverse because I don't have any footage of it going up. But there it is. It has two props that hold up both of these rain flies on either opening. So there's an entrance on this side and the other side. There's also a vented no-seam screened window with interior flaps on either side. And to drop it down takes about 4 minutes total. To get up there, pull it down, tuck in the sides, you're good to go. But let's take a look at the inside. These are the two fastening brackets I was telling you about. I really wish Roofnest went the extra mile and used made in America fasteners, because these are made in China, like the whole unit is, like most units are. And I find these very difficult to use. And sadly, they're riveted into the fiberglass, so replacing them is a little more work than you probably want to do. But it's very spacious. It has pretty much all the amenities that most rooftop tents, except it has no electricity, no 12-volt, and no fan. But it also cost half of what a James Baroud costs. So there's that. This thing is held up pretty much in every condition I could put it in. The winter, the desert, anything. The stitching is on point, the ripstop, the no-seam. And when I first got it, I was pretty skeptical, but I've used this. I've used this and used it, and it's worked. All along the top of the entrances, you can see there's a zipper, so you could completely remove them. These are for holding up the doors and the screens when you unroll them, if you were so inclined. And the entire unit only weighs in at 112 pounds, which keeps your rooftop weight to a minimum. Inside, at all four corners, you'll find these gas struts like you see inside most tents. On each side, you have a place to put your shoes, to put your flashlight, or whatever. There's 2 coat racks in either corner of it. You can sit up in this, no problem. You can actually stand on your knees, no problem. Decent hardware all the way around. Again, these are all made in China, like very many of them are, but they seem to work. It did have a tough time lifting up with about an inch or 2 of snow on it, so there's that. But again, for its weight and for its price, it was worth it. You can take the cover off the mattress and wash it if you wanted to, and I leave a total of 5 Kafaru sleeping bags inside my tent and close it down no problem. Now, this net they give you up here is absolutely worthless. As you can see, you couldn't put a couple of quarters up there without the whole thing coming down and reaching the bottom. So that's something that Roofnest is going to have to work on at any rate. What you're looking at right here is the lip that goes around that's supposed to keep debris and such out, but it does a terrible job. It doesn't stand up on its own. So you will get dirt and such in there if you travel a lot like I do, but it's nothing detrimental. So here's a look at the outside. It sleeps 2 adults and maybe a child. It's 55 inches wide by 82 inches long and 37 inches tall on the inside. The fit and finish on it is pretty good. I've had it for summer and almost an entire winter, and I've had it out in the desert for a total of 2 months solid, and it's worked. These are the struts that hold the rain fly up. You can get plenty of ventilation while you're sleeping, and it takes, literally, to be perfectly honest, it takes about 3.5 minutes to close the whole thing up. It takes about 10 seconds to open it. Now, the reason it takes me about 3.5 to 4 minutes to close it up is because my truck, the roof, is 7.5 feet off the ground, so it takes a little doing. They give you a nice telescopic ladder that's pretty good quality. I mean, I weigh 240 pounds and it holds me up, no problem. And they pretty much give you everything you need to go with it. So if you're interested, it's a really good option for those that don't want to put an enormous 13-inch tall 170-pound fabric roof on the top. The only drawback is in the wintertime, I can't put an annex on this because if I had an annex on the side, I could put a heater on the ground and keep it warm. So what I do is I have a 12-volt pad on my mattress that plugs into a battery pack. At any rate, please like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments below. I am out. Links for this will be in the description.